push all over the news that whites are inherently evil, the opposite of what Martin Luther King said. He said you judge people off of what they actually do and what they stand for. That makes sense. Somebody plays good music, I go listen to them. Don't care what color they are. Somebody's got good food, I go eat at their restaurant. I don't care what color you are. But double-crossing the American movement to really be the global leader and being inclusive and open, they flipped it to teach America that we're the most closed, racist, backwards nation. And then they've double-crossed the social compact that Christian whites mainly made to make this country free and open. The globalists used our strength of true diversity to bring in the, quote, minority groups and then to turn them into race-based combines. But the minority groups overall have not bought into that. But they are led by the Antifa, by the communists, by the Ford Foundation, by the Carnegie Endowment, by the George Soros groups. And it's all public. It's admitted. So when I say that this event yesterday in Charlottesville, Virginia was a false flag, we're going to lay out the proof today. A false flag doesn't mean it was purely staged, but the atmosphere, the preparation, the Antifa being shipped in, the police kettling the nationalists, white nationalists, and a mix of groups to then force them out into a confrontation with the Antifa, who then viciously attacked them first. That's just the facts. And the media spins it that the, quote, white nationalists did it. Then they connect the white nationalists to any conservative or libertarian movement, thus demonizing conservatives in general. That's the false flag. But I decry the white supremacists that were there trying to lead it, trying to have publicity stunts, because they're just feeding into the whole thing and becoming what they claim they're fighting, which is pushed by George Soros and all these other groups. The White House really did a great job, the president and also his Homeland Security spokesman, Tom Bossert, of coming out and saying both sides were complex groups, but both sides had groups in them that came looking for a fight. And we decry division, we decry all this racism garbage, and we should love each other in America and come together. But this should also be investigated to see who is exacerbating this. That is absolutely on target. That's exactly what I'd already said in live video feeds, waiting for the president's statement. And then Bossert came out and said word for word what I'd said. Not they were getting it from me, but because they were studying what's going on and what's happening. They're also always beating this drum that Bannon is a white nationalist and that Breitbart is, with no proof, and then saying he should be removed because they know he's a key patriot in the White House because of that hoax. It's like Tom Brokaw with Megyn Kelly saying I'm, quote, an unalloyed, that means a complete racist. You think if you were going to say that, you'd show me saying the racist thing. Well, actually, you could just show hours of me protesting the KKK back when it wasn't cool 18, 19 years ago. Look, I'm not going to sit here and say, see, I told you so, that communist Chinese-style net censorship was coming to the web, because it's already here. It's being announced. The way you keep the internet open and free is you get involved more than ever. Go to Infowars.com/app. A new battleship in the fight. Infowars Live, available right now. We're looking for a crew to man it. You gonna sit down and play games and be a trendy? Or are you gonna be part of history? Don't sit by and let the internet and free speech be stolen from you. Take action. Like Jonathan Gruber, who helped write Obamacare. He said, thank God the public's so stupid. Thank God you don't pay attention. Thank God you have the attention span of a goldfish. And I found real success in this world is about being determined, focused, and having a memory. Even if you're a bad guy. Focused, determined, have a memory, study history, and at least be loyal to those right around you. But most people are so self-centered that they're delusional and they lie to themselves about what's happening. When I lay out what happened in Charlottesville, Virginia, you're going to get the most focused, documented facts based in what happened yesterday, the aftermath and how they're using it to try to restrict free speech nationwide, and, of course, the past. And that's why what I said yesterday before Trump ever spoke is basically word for word what he said. And then his spokesman from Homeland Security, Tom Bossert, came out, and said exactly the same thing as well. Not because I'm that smart or they're even that smart, but because they're actually studying history and reality. Remember what Gruber said. Thank God you're so effing dumb. Thank God you have no memory. Thank God you have the memory of a goldfish. Thank God you have low attention spans. Those are all exact quotes. You mean to play the clips again? What do the two groups attacking each other have in common? Both groups believed that they were doing the right thing. Both groups were being led like useful idiots to the slaughter. I mean, it's a fact George Soros is funding the Antifa, which is racist, anti-white, anti-America, anti-free market, anti-private property scum. And I've gone out and protested them, just like I protested the KKK and other gang-related racist moron groups that are every time getting caught, led by foundations, led by the Southern Poverty Law Center, led by other organizations that want to create the division that they can then control. So we're going to go through it all today. And we've got our reporters, Gavin Wentz and, of course, Millie Weaver, joining us at the bottom of the hour. They were there yesterday as part of their traveling across the land flyover country. Dramatic hours of footage, raw, on Infowars.com. I've got a staff of 5 people here on the weekend. But we can't air these tapes because all the Antifa's doing is cussing and screaming the entire time. It took many hours just to watch all the footage, much less bleep it. We're going to play some of it that's bleeped. But it's the so-called anti-fascists who dress like fascists in black, who are anti-free speech. I mean, they are what they say they aren't. Going over, attacking women reporters, not just InfoWars, but The Hill and others. It's on video. The Hill is ravenously pro-Soros, ravenously anti-Trump. They don't care. If you look at the ne'er-do-well, drooling scum, white, black, Hispanic, mainly white, of the Antifa, you will then see similar type scummy people in the white supremacist ranks, who were the minority of the overall group that got lured there by the media running the headlines that this was an alt-right event. First, Hillary, 9 months ago, about a month before the election, says Alex Jones is the leader of the alt-right. She created the name. The Democratic Party think tanks did. Podesta is on record. They said he's racist, he's evil. Then they start calling white supremacist groups alt-right so that when they have their rallies that they always have, you can call them all alt-right. This is simple semantical games, and it goes from there. That's why I'm saying it's a false flag. Not that the whole thing was completely staged. There's different types of false flags. You create the atmosphere, you fund the groups, you give it hype, you have the a police order by the Democratic mayor, 80+% voted for Hillary, Michael Singer of Charlottesville, Virginia. You have them order everybody, oh, you're not allowed to march. Then there's a federal lawsuit. The judge says, oh, you can march, but here they kettle you, which is a riot police term where they march you down through barricades to a controlled area surrounded by police and fences. Then there's a few fights between Antifa and media they're beating up, you name it. Anybody wearing an American flag? Anybody that looks clean cut? Anybody that looks like they got their act together? A Hill reporter out there lovingly demonizing the right-wing marchers, just worshipful, absolutely just Antifa is God, Soros is Lord, Trump is evil, just savaging. And the reports are out there, and then you're going to get Antifa walks right over, just punches her right in the face. That footage is up on Infowars.com. Headline, Antifa attacks or anti-racist. Oh, yes. Punches a woman in the face. Same thing happening to countless other reporters because they were white. And it's white people doing most of it because they want to show off. My reporters and myself all over the country, I'll be out covering an event and white men and white women walk over. That's who does it and says, you are a white male and you have no right to be here or speak. And then they start attacking you. Everybody seen the famous footage? You're an effing white male. And it's a white guy screaming at Rob Dew. So they want to show off that they're not this racist, that they're the good guy. Same type of folks that buy lottery tickets thinking they're going to be a millionaire next week. It's just hype. They just watch mainstream media. They get out, they get into it, and they go hop around and yell and scream. I mean, it is ridiculous. And then all the crazy, crazy videos of black folks with butcher knives. Let's grab that video. I forgot to tell you to do that. There it is. Final warning to white people. Goes viral on Twitter after Charlottesville rally. And just saying, white people, we're just going to kill you, period. To see all white people are bad. Isn't that what the KKK is saying about black people? It's the exact same mindless tribal garbage that the globalists want to instill into us for divide and conquer to make us fighting with each other what happens politically instead of us organizing together against the elite that are ending America, bringing in globalism, driving down wages, trying to make us a permanent poor underclass. It truly is incredible. And then we have the backdrop of all this. We have the organizer, who they call alt-right. Then the media lies and says that it was white supremacist violence. That's not defending some of the ne'er-do-wells that were there and people I disagree with, but it was the Antifa who started the fights, attacked the people. Then one person gets run over and killed. Who knows what happened with that? But again, it's all about projecting. 15 minutes into it starting, I said, you watch. They're going to say ban conservative and Republican public gatherings. They're going to say call for new laws that goes after the alt-right. Again, it's not the alt-right. As Paul Watson said 9 months ago in tweets he put out, let's pull up Paul Watson's tweets. He retweeted today. He said the alt-right is Hillary's term to put on opposition to her, and then they're going to tie the alt-right to white supremacists in a rabbit trick and fool everybody. That's what I said as well, and it's memorialized by videos and articles we put out because that's what they've always done. I mean, why do you think I didn't like the Klan to begin with, but like 18, 19 years ago, they'd say on the news, you know, Alex Jones might be KKK because he's pro-gun. So when the KKK came to town, I'd go out and protest them to be very clear I wasn't with them. They never show that when Tom Brokaw says I'm unalloyed racist.
New from Emmerich's Essentials, fragrance-free natural deodorant for your body care needs. Playing basketball in the dry summer heat really makes me sweat. To maintain my game, I need all the confidence I can get. That's why I use Emmerich's Essentials natural deodorant, made with organic ingredients. This deodorant combines mineral crystals with natural botanicals to ionize odor, keeping me fresh throughout the day. While shooting hoops, the last thing I want is sweaty armpits making my hands slippery and the ball wet. That's why I recommend Emmerich's Essentials fragrance-free deodorant. Even though it's unscented, it's effective at combating strong body odor, and I don't have to worry about any unwanted allergic reactions to my sensitive skin. Whether you're a guy or gal, the last thing you want to be worried about is your deodorant. No petroleum-based ingredients, 100% natural and cruelty-free. Stay in the game with Emmerich's Essentials fragrance-free natural deodorant. Available at InfoWarsStore.com.